This is going to be an in-cab walkthrough of a Caterpillar D6T. We'll start with the main screen. Here you have your hydraulic oil temp, transmission temp, engine coolant temp. That's your slope up and down as you're sitting, fuel level, depth level, slope left to right as you're sitting. Time, hours. This is your gear, what speed you're in, forward and reverse, and that's whether you're in forward, neutral, or reverse. We'll go over here to our main menu. We'll go into machine settings. AccuGrade, that's for CAT slope assist. We recommend disabling that without further training. Stable blade, we also recommend disabling that. Blade float, that's if you want to enable the float or disable it. Blade response, this is to adjust the sensitivity of your blade control lever. Standard would be a good starting point, and then you could adjust it from there. Quick drop, that's to turn the quick drop on. So if you push the blade control lever forward all the way, it'll drop the blade quickly to get it back to the ground faster. You can turn that on or off. Speed shift size, that's just the increment. The transmission will shift with one click. That's an advanced feature we don't recommend you using. These are settings for your engine cooling fan. We don't recommend you changing. And then factory defaults would be to restore everything to the factory settings. We go down to display. This will change your display settings, brightness, change the language, units. Nothing you should ever need. Maybe you have to change the clock. Totals, this is just lifetime totals, machine hours, mileage, things for track wear, and then service would be a mechanic, for a mechanic. This is CAT slope assist. If you go into here, this is an advanced setting we don't recommend you using without further training. If you're using this with the GPS turned on, they kind of fight each other and you'll get inaccurate results, so we don't recommend you using that. This is some gauges. So we'll go back to the top. That's going to be your torque converter, oil temp, hydraulic oil temp, engine coolant temp, engine RPM, what regen mode it's in. It's all automatic. You shouldn't have to do anything for the regen. Engine oil pressure, engine load at the current time, fuel rate at the current time, air filter restriction, how clogged your air filter is, depth level, fuel level. And then this would be to turn your camera on. If you turn it on, it'll stay on all the time. Otherwise, it'll just go on when you're in reverse. And then this is just to change the color of your display, day or night. Over here to the right, you have your lights, front and back. Regen button, this would be to start a regen. This would be to disable it. You shouldn't ever have to use this, and we don't recommend disabling a regen for any reason. This is a hydraulic lockout switch. If you push this switch, your blade control levers will not work. Down here, the blade control, we got blade down, blade up, tilt right, tilt left. These two buttons, there's also a trigger down here. If you hold this trigger and use these buttons while the GPS is on, these will increase and decrease your vertical offset. And if you don't have the trigger pushed, this is your automatic button, on and off. Down here's your horn, and this is the ripper, down, up. Back here we have a fire extinguisher. Over to the left we have the directional control lever, left, right, forward, neutral, reverse. This is to change your speed up and down. This is to preset a custom speed. Over here you have your throttle dial. This is turn your automatic shift on or off. It's by default it's on every time you start the machine. You hit that button and get that on the screen. And with that off, it won't shift automatically. You'll have to shift every speed. With it on, it will automatically shift. If you start to get a blade full of dirt, it might downshift. Or if you don't have any load on it, it might upshift. And this is a parking brake, on and off. This is to set speeds, preset speeds forward and reverse. It's got off and then 3 presets and then a custom preset. So if you go to the first one, it'll change your forward and reverse speeds. All the way up is the custom. So depending what direction you're in, if you're in forward, when you rotate the dial on the control lever, it'll change your forward speed, and then it will keep that speed. Go in reverse, it will change your reverse speed. And it will just hold that until you change it. So you can set it to whatever you'd like. And that's going to complete our in-cab walk around.